Straight ahead on WBKB, the number of missing people in a Florida building collapse continues to rise.
Plus, Alpena County authorities need help finding a serial offender, and students in Northeast Michigan learn from a former astronaut.
You are watching Thunder Bay News Network. WBKB News at 6 starts now.
This is WBKB News at 6. An in-depth look at news, weather, and sports. From hard-hitting news stories to local events, we're there with coverage you can count on. You're watching WBKB News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Tyler Cruz.
And I'm Sherry Stewart. Officials say at least 99 people are unaccounted for following a partial building collapse overnight just north of Miami Beach.
Yeah, and at least one person was killed. Peter King has more from the city of Surfside.
Dramatic video shows the middle section of the condo building in Surfside collapsing first, followed by the section closest to the ocean. The air quickly filling with smoke and debris. 55 apartments gone in a matter of seconds.
Literally half of that building is not there anymore.
Now you can see 12 stories of exposed apartments. Air conditioners still clinging to the side, a bunk bed teetering on the edge. Bystander Nicholas Balboa was one of the first on the scene and helped save a child.
I was able to hear the boy that was pulled from the rubble yelling. As I got closer, I was able to see his hands sticking through the rubble, waving. He said that his mom was in there with him. His arm was pinned, just sheer panic.
Some residents unable to escape their intact apartments were rescued from their balconies. The governor says search and rescue teams are in contact with some survivors.
They are in search and rescue mode. They are trying to identify survivors. I know they have made contact with some, and they are doing everything they can to save lives.
Many of the condos here are owned by retirees who leave for the summer. The city's mayor tells us many people live here full-time.
Oh my God!
Friends and family members of condo residents are gathering at a nearby reunification center and letting authorities know if their phone calls to loved ones have gone unanswered.
We've been calling them like non-stop, no reply.
Investigators are trying to find out what caused the collapse. Peter King, CBS News, Surfside, Florida.
President Biden and Senate Republicans have reached a deal.
Yeah, 11 Senate Republicans are now on board a compromised $1 trillion infrastructure package. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
President Biden and a bipartisan group of senators say they have a deal for an infrastructure package.
None of us got all that we wanted. I clearly didn't get all I wanted. They gave more than I think maybe they were inclined to give in the first place.
The group agreed to a roughly $1 trillion deal focused on physical infrastructure such as roads and bridges.
We were able to come together on a core infrastructure package. This is not non-infrastructure items, without new taxes, and with the commitment from Republicans and Democrats alike that we're going to get this across the finish line.
Republican leader Mitch McConnell says he's waiting to see the details, but with 11 Republicans in the bipartisan group, Democrats would have the votes to pass the bill without additional GOP support.
This group came together and actually got a job done. I don't know how far it's going to get. I think it'll get all the way. We got the president behind it, this group here.
In addition to the bipartisan compromise, the White House and Democrats are working on a separate budget bill that could be passed without Republican support.
There ain't going to be an infrastructure bill unless we have the reconciliation bill.
Democrats say the budget bill is needed to get progressive members of the party on board with the more moderate infrastructure bill.
All parties understand we won't get enough votes to pass either unless we have enough votes to pass both.
Democratic leaders say they want to vote on both bills in July. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
House Democrats have announced a select committee will investigate the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced the committee today, saying it was too important not to investigate further. It's about 4 weeks after a bipartisan commission to investigate the insurrection failed to pass through the Senate. Pelosi did not name the lawmakers the House plans to appoint to the committee.
I don't think that we can abandon that responsibility, and I see no reason to be hopeful if the Republican senators are saying that doing a personal favor for Mitch McConnell rather than doing their patriotic duty.
Republicans and Democrats will sit on the committee, and members in charge will have the power to issue subpoenas. Here's meteorologist Ellie Morrison with a first check of the weather. Ellie, it's dry right now, but how long is that going to last?
Tyler, we're going to have rain and perhaps some thunderstorms moving in tonight. You can feel that humidity increasing out there, but the moisture that's making it to the ground is off towards our west. We're seeing those showers just near the Cadillac area. They're going to spread off towards the east as we go into the next several hours. A cloudy sky over Lachine with muggy conditions throughout the area and looking pretty similar to the south of Glenny as well. Friday's going to be wet almost all day, but I'll let you know how the weekend is looking a bit later in the program.
Thanks, Ellie. We'll see you shortly. The Alpena County Sheriff's Office needs the community's help to find a man who violated house arrest. 43-year-old Michael Paul Credell was on bond for a PPO violation when authorities say he cut his tether. Credell was scheduled to appear in court Wednesday for an aggravated stalking charge that occurred on June 13th. Authorities say he has violated bond 5 times since October 2020. Deputies searched for Credell in the area of F41 and Kings Corner Road in Mankato Township, where they found the cut tether. Anyone with information should call the Alpena County Sheriff's Office. Attorney General Dana Nessel has released a public service announcement on her investigation into the Boy Scouts of America.
The AG is asking for the public to report abuse within the Boy Scouts of America. Nessel's department believes there could be up to 3,000 sex abuse victims, up from the 1,700 claims they knew of in January. Nessel says any information about the Boy Scouts that may help her department can be reported to the number on your screen. She released a PSA earlier about the investigation.
It is crucial to secure justice, in this case for those who have endured abuse through the Boy Scouts, and to hold accountable those who have committed those criminal acts. I know speaking about these traumas is difficult.
For more information, you can find this story at WBKB11.com. Well, kids across Northeast Michigan had the chance to work side by side with a former astronaut in the Go4 launch program this week. WBKB was at Alpena Community College to find out more.
Maybe I can help them get to Mars.
Students across Northeast Michigan were at Alpena Community College this week for the Go4 launch camp. Higher Orbits and the Michigan Aerospace Manufacturers Association teamed up with the ACC's Trio Talent Search to bring the camp to Alpena.
These are our future STEMists and explorers, our future astronauts, and the future is bright with these students. They amaze me every day, and I'll be honest, I'm glad I don't have to compete with them because they are incredibly smart.
Students form teams and design an experiment they would like to test in space. At the end of the week, a group of judges picks a winner, and that team has the chance to send their experiment to the International Space Station. But win or lose, it's all about keeping their dreams alive.
But the real message is to follow your dream, whatever their dream is in life. You know, I want to encourage them to keep after that, never give up on it.
Kids got to work with former NASA astronaut Dr. Don Thomas. Thomas says, as a former astronaut, his job now is to inspire future astronauts.
But that's why I'm here, because we're working with future astronauts.
With plans for 2 spaceports to come to Michigan, giving local kids a platform to follow their space exploration dreams has never been more important.
You can get lost in all the noise. So when students have a passion and want to express their passion and their creativity, it's really important that we give them opportunities to do that.
Michigan is in the process of creating their spaceports in Marquette and Oscoda. And maybe one day, these kids will find themselves on the launch pad. I can still hear him teasing you about how you said astronaut.
I know how to pronounce that.
There's more news ahead for you here on WBKB. Coming up, Chalk It Up returns to downtown Alpena, and meteorologist Ellie Morrison has your 7-day forecast next.
Just a touch cooler with highs in the middle 70s. An unsettled pattern for a change. It's been a while since I've had that many raindrops on the 7-day forecast.
Hey, we're definitely going to get a soaking. You said that. That's probably the right word to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we need it given the drought situation we've been in. So, you know, even if we don't enjoy the rain, the ground surely needs the rain. And today's photo was sent in by Cindy Zofjak. Cindy says the lilies are in bloom and loves it every year when these beautiful orange flowers come into bloom, speaking of things that may need the rain. Thank you, Cindy, for sharing this photo with us. If you have a photo such as nature shots, pics with friends, or interesting sights you see that you would like to send us, email it along with a short description to news@wbkb11.com.
I love flowers, but I hate bees, so I'm stuck this season. Coming up on WBKB News, how you can get a free confidential HIV test, and Jake Vanderbrook will have the latest in sports. Stay tuned.
This weekend, anyone in downtown Alpena has a chance to chalk it up. WBKB's Tiffany Maddox has more on the event aimed at spreading positivity around town.
Alpena's Downtown Development Authority is bringing back a special event. It'll give families and residents a chance to create some artwork and say some words of encouragement. Chalk It Up is back.
Year it just came about because our committee was brainstorming how can we get people to come downtown still, you know, and have fun in a safe, socially distanced way.
This Saturday, June 26th, from 1 to 3 p.m., you can create chalk art in 3 locations.
Culligan Plaza at like where the fountain is, and Avery Park next to JJ's, and then just the on Water Street, there's the empty lot where the old Alpena power site is.
Chalk will be provided.
Come downtown and, you know, have fun, do this fun thing with your kids, and then take them to the businesses as well. You know, grab a bite to eat, grab an ice cream cone.
Bigby Coffee is even offering BOGO on all drinks. There are also some requirements. The DDA asks that artwork remain family friendly, meaning free of any profanity, sexual or explicit themes, or anything controversial.
You know, like it is a family-friendly event, so keep it family-friendly.
For more information on the Chalk It Up event, you can go to the DDA's Facebook page. Reporting in Alpena, Tiffany Maddox, WBKB News.
Thanks for that, Tiffany. And in case of rain, which sounds like it will be likely, you can check the DDA's Facebook page for updates.
Looks like fun.
It does.
That was a great shot, too.
I love that.
District Health Department number 4 is offering HIV testing on Monday, June 28th. Confidential, no-cost rapid testing is available from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. and again from 1 to 3 p.m. in the Health Department's Alpena office. Appointments are not necessary. Health educator Kathy Goyke says knowing your HIV status is critical. An astounding 1 in 7 people with HIV do not know they are HIV positive. National HIV Testing Day is recognized June 27th. And for more information, you can visit our website at WBKB11.com. Well, the sports is here. Sports coming up next, but Jake Vanderbrook is in with a preview first. Jake, what's going on?
What do you hear? What do you say? Next in sports, we'll reveal the extra innings top play of the year. You don't want to miss that. Plus, an Alpena wrestler puts pen to paper. More on that story up next in sports. At this time, first pitch for tonight's game is set for 7:10 p.m.
They used to be in the NL West.
They used to, correct. NL Central, actually, that with the Pirates and the Cubs.
And while you're here, I heard you have some news for us.
I do, yes. This Friday will be my last day here at WBKB TV. Starting this August, I will be heading out to Santa Clara, California, where I will be a sports reporter for 49ers Cal High Sports. I will be moving to Santa Clara, California. I'm very excited for this next chapter for me, but I'm really going to miss it here in Northeast Michigan. I'll have a lot more to say tomorrow, but again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
And don't worry, sports will be in good hands.
And yes, absolutely, because the man over here, Tyler Cruz, he'll be taking over my spot. You guys are in good hands, Northeast Michigan.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And welcome back. Before we go, just some light, happy news for everybody. Pope Francis got to meet a very special visitor today. Sitting in the VIP section of the Pope's weekly audience is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, full super suit and all. Spidey gave the Pope a mask and a comic book after he spoke, and in the suit was 27-year-old Italian Mattia Viardita, who was invited to sit VIP because of his work dressing up as superheroes and visiting children's hospitals. And that's awesome. Always a positive story.
That is a great story.
I love it. I love it.
Well, thank you for watching WBKB News at 6.
You can visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
And check us out on our Facebook page and Twitter handle at WBKB11.
Join us tonight for WBKB News at 11 with Stephanie Manici. Have a great night.